Good morning, everyone. I know it's early in the morning again after coming from office, but thought would just came something just came in my mind to share that I wanted to share. I did not want to forget this because I know if I leave this, I'm gonna forget it. So before forgetting it, I thought I will do a video and put forward what I want to say and what has come to my thought. My thought or my voice today is about leadership. What is leadership? Who are good leaders? What makes a leader a good person? What makes a leader to get good followers? Scooby by there. Leadership is something that needs tolerance. First of all, is tolerance. A leader should know what is going to come next. A leader should understand the mentality of each member of his team members, especially the team members. The team who works along with the leaders should understand what a leader means, and a leader should understand what exactly his team members wants. A leader is a person who listens before he decides, before he leads. A leader is a person who gives an example before ordering somebody to do something. Once a leader does an example, practical things by himself, automatically the team members will follow him without fail. Now, a leader is a person who should know how to control his own team members first, rather than trying to control the whole public without knowing what might be on the mind or what might their thoughts be, because different people has different thoughts. Different people would have different minds to think differently. But a leader should always have a focus on the thoughts of his own team members first. As I said, a leader should have a tolerance, no anger. Even if you have an anger, you should swallow off your anger. You should not be spitting out your anger towards your team members. If something is going wrong, a leader should come up with the solutions rather than blaming somebody else. A leader is a person who should not ever think negative or talk negative with his team members. A leader should not point his team members for any mistakes. A leader should always try rectifying things emotionally or practically. A leader should always think 100 ways, not just one way. Mind game is the only thing that can make a person a very good leader. A leader should not be complaining about somebody else's not performing. If a team member of a leader is not performing, it is the duty of the leader to rectify the things and explain the team members to perform. Not to blame him, not to scold him, but to work together with him to rectify his mistakes or to rectify the things that your team member doesn't know. A leader is a person who should always stand together with his team members rather than blame them for any mistakes that happened out of some excitement within the team. Every human being has an excitement. Every human being makes mistakes. But a leader is a person who rectifies those mistakes. And how can you rectify those mistakes? You can rectify those mistakes only by analyzing the situation, the condition, getting to know how it is working, how it happened, why did it happen. A leader should not listen to just one team member. One team member, you might have multiple team members where one of them might come and complain you about something that had gone wrong. But the leader should not go directly to the person who might have made a mistake and go blast them. But rather, go with a cool mind, pure mind, and get both of those two members who had argument, listen to both the side and understand the situation on what exactly happened, how exactly the situation occurred. So to rectify those, a leader should understand and listen to them carefully. A leader should have a power to listen, a tolerance to listen. If a leader doesn't have a tolerance to listen, then he cannot be considered a good leader. A leader should always have polite words towards his team members, towards anybody, whoever he's dealing with. Then if he is able to handle any situation, then he is called a good leader. Leader is not a person who goes and fight in every situation, but a leader is a person who rectifies every situation and bring up solutions. A leader should always stand up, rather just stand and commend somebody or commend the team members to do this, to do that, but rather give an example by yourself doing something practically so that people follow you. People should follow you based on the example that you show them. It should not be like you should not have that ego. A leader should not have an ego in his mind. A leader should not be arrogant. Arrogancy, ego, and greediness can drop a leader down. If a leader wants to go up, the leader should not be greedy. You should be transparent with your team members. If you're making something today a profit, you should be sharing with your team members. If you're making something good, if you're getting a credit, you should not take the credit. A leader doesn't take a credit, but a leader gives a credit to his whole own team so that his team gets encouraged of the work that they have done. A leader should always recognize a person who does their work and along with them encourage those people who are not performing. In the sense, you should not be blaming, you should not be pointing out to any unperformer in front of the whole team members. Rather, you take the person who is not performing on the side and explain him that this is the thing that is keeping you down. A leader should be a person who keeps the team members intact. Rather than bringing discriminations, rather than bringing confusions in the team, a leader should always think about rectifying and keeping his own team members happy. If you want to be a leader, you should leave all your egos behind. You should first of all listen to the problem of every team members that you have. Apart from the team members, you should also listen to the public that follows you. A leader should always think that yes, my first priority is my public and the second priority is my team members. Why am I saying the first priority should be public? Because public has hundreds of thoughts. Your leaders, your team members will have minimal thoughts, which I mean in the sense you have 10 heads, but publics are unlimited. Now, understanding the public first matters a lot. After that, you come back to your leaders, to your members, explain them what exactly public wants. That is when I say public comes first and your team members come second. Why am I saying this is because you should not back off your team members when to do something wrong. You can back up in such a way that yes, apologizing from your own side, saying sorry for the inconvenience that caused to you. Do not feel shy to say sorry. Sorry is not something that makes you ashamed, but sorry is something that gives you a courage, that gives you a chance when somebody forgives you of something that had happened unknowingly or unintentionally. So think, if you want to be a leader, leave all your egos behind, leave all your external thoughts to become a superior behind, work in a ground level with your team members. Along with your team members, work along with the public that follows you so that you be in a good picture rather than being stabbed behind or being told something bad behind. And negativity is something that we should ignore being a leader. Even if your team members have an argument or has a negative thoughts, it's the duty of the leader to calm them down and give them calm, telling them not to be angry on any situation that came across unknowingly. So we should always go ahead. As a leader, we should understand, we should be a good listener, we should leave all our egos behind, we should leave the greediness behind. If a leader gets 100, he should think of giving 90 to the whole team members, or even 99 to the team members. Appreciate your team members, whoever is doing good job. Appreciate those members even who doesn't do a good job, and encourage them to perform well in the group. I guarantee you, if a leader leaves his own ego behind, leaves his own anger behind, and act with the presence of mind, there will be nobody who will not follow you, who will not encourage you, who will not applaud you. Everybody will be happy to see you as a leader if you leave those points that I have told right now. There are many more points which are not coming to my mind at this point, but if there is something that comes to my mind, I would definitely want to share. But yes, to be a good leader, if you have not understood about this, if I'm wrong on my point today, please comment your thoughts. I would want to rectify myself because I want to be a good leader. I proudly say that I want to be a good leader. I'm not a leader by choice of public, but I'm a leader today by my own choice. In the sense, nobody had selected me as a leader, but I became a leader by my own self. In the sense, I had tried building up my own team and I built it. And I believe all of my team members are with me today and listens to whatever we think, because I don't control my team members. I give them opportunity. I want them to grow. I don't take my name for any successful stories, for any successful missions that we do, but rather I give them the credit that they are the one, because of them, we are known today. If your team members doesn't work, if your team members doesn't believe on the leaders, the team cannot be known or cannot be famous. If you want to be famous, if you want to be a good leader, listen to your team members, support to your team members. Team is a very good strength in leadership. If your team doesn't understand, you will not be able to work properly, or you cannot be considered as a good leader. If you want to be a leader today, you have to show your dedications rather than commenting anybody to go work on behalf of you. But a leader should always be there practically. Do things practically. Show them an example. Do not just ask your team to pull a card. Rather, you push the card along with your team members. You ask them to pull, you push it from behind, or else you pull the card and ask your team members to push from behind. That always happens in a vice versa. Yes, when a person pulls a card, he puts his full strength. And if a leader keeps pushing the card from behind, it becomes easy for your team members to pull the card and go up front. So understand, keeping your team members in front and encouraging them from behind. not taking the whole credit of any successful stories or any successful missions that you have done would make you the best leader today. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I don't say that I'm 100% wrong, right, but this is what I have thought about the good leadership today. A leadership should have a management skill. A leadership should think about rectifying things. A leader should think about building up his own team with satisfaction of the team members, not a satisfaction of his own self. A leader should leave the whole greediness. A leader should leave the whole anger. A leader, the first of all, the last and the main point that a leader should leave is an ego. Ego will not let you grow. If you want to grow today as a leader, if you want to lead a team today, leave your egos behind. Forget what somebody else say about a leader. Let somebody else say negative about you, but ignore those negativity and accept the positivity. Being a leader, do not point or do not get deep into any negative comment that comes towards you. Rather, if you get a negative comment from somebody, try rectifying that. Try rectifying the negative comment that comes towards you, towards a leader. And why did this happen? Why did the person say about this? Why was the person negative about me? So thinking about those, rectify those points before you go comment yourself. If you feel that, a leader, if you feel that you might have done something wrong, then go back, think, and be sorry about it. There is no harm in asking sorry to any mistakes that a person does. Sorry is not a word that brings you down, but sorry is a word that can keep you up. Sorry is a word that can give you strength. A forgiveness is the thing that can give you encouragement. Yes, there might be a point when somebody might not forgive you because it might not be acceptable for them on the mistakes that you have done. But yes, if you think, I can rectify this, even if the person did not forgive you, you should be sorry about it. You should ask sorry about the things that you have done and try rectifying that and prove yourself that you were sorry truly with heart, not just with mind. Do not stand forward always as a leader, but rather put your team members in front to do any work, to get any encouragement for any successful things that you have done today. Being a leader, you should always be with your team. It is your team who would make you a leader. You cannot be a leader alone. A leader should always have a team. A leader should always have followers. If you have no followers, if you have no team members, you are not a leader today. So if you want to be a leader, be with your team, encourage your team, work along with your team. Do not look down upon your team members, but rather work together with them and raise, grow, and develop yourself along with your team members. Not to be greedy to be a leader yourself, not to be greedy to be popular yourself, not to be greedy to make profit for yourself alone. If you make some profit, share with your team members. If you're getting some encouragement from somebody, share with your team members. Say that, yes, this could happen just because my team members had supported me today. If there are no team members to work along with you, you cannot be leaders today. Without team, your work will not be successful. A single person can never be a leader. A leader is a leader when a leader has his team members believing in him, trusting in him, following him, and working together with him. And a leader should always be the first example to do any work before we go to the success rate or before we execute something, before we implement something. The leaders, should always stand forward, fighting with any negativity. Any negative comments that comes towards you, accept it with heart. Accept it saying, okay, I might have done something wrong, which is why this person is negative against me. If I have not done something wrong, why would this person be against me? If a person says something wrong about you, negative about you, just say thank you for opening my eyes, for letting me know that I have done something wrong, and that has unsatisfied, that has brought you an unsatisfaction to your thought. I will always try keeping everyone happy as a leader, rather taking a credit for my own self, because I cannot be leader alone. Today I can be leader only with my team members. If my team members are not appreciated, if my team members are not getting the right opportunity that they need, nobody today will come and work along with me. And without the team members, I cannot be a leader. When there will be nobody whom to control or whom to command, whom to work with, how can I consider myself as a leader? If I want to be a leader today, I have to work along with my team members. I should not say that I'm a leader and I'm commanding you, you should do this, you should do that. Rather, be an example. Show the work by yourself first. If your team members doesn't know, doesn't have a knowledge about it, if you have a knowledge about it, share the knowledge with your team members. Do not fear that your team member will take you over and become a leader. Doesn't matter. You should be happy. If your team member, one of you among your team members becomes a leader tomorrow, you should be happy that yes, your team member has followed you as a leader and today he became a leader himself. You should be happy in your mind saying, yes, you could teach somebody to be a leader today. If you want to be a leader, teach your members, work along with your members, rectify things together rather than taking your self decisions. Take a thought, take a suggestions from your team members to do what and to do not. Do and don't. Do's and don'ts, right? It's not single, it's plural. So do's and don'ts should always be along with your team members if you are a leader and if you want something to be successful tomorrow. That's it, my friends. I'm really very sorry to disturb you guys on this early morning. I know this is 5 o'clock in the morning. I know since I just came from the office and something triggered my mind, I just thought, okay, I will come across, talk about it. Many people might not have understood. If you have not understood what I was telling in, please review the video again, watch again, replay again, and comment your thoughts if I have said something wrong today. Thank you very much once again. Khulumka, Hambai, Chibai, Dhanyavad. Thank you.